Hello, and again, welcome to Bit Depth. I'm Santiago Ramones. Perpendicular to me is where you say your name.
Oh, I'm Dakota Green.
How's it going, dude?
It's good. Happy to be here. This is my first podcast experience, so
All right.
excited.
So we kind of know each other through ACM. I've seen you around, and but more so, I wanted to get you on because, like I was just explaining, that I have a lot of people on here that I'm like, yeah, we agree on everything, and this is great, and then it just becomes this echo chamber. And so instead, I want to be like, hey, we argue on Facebook. Let's sort this out.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be a lot more productive than any Facebook argument.
Right,
so.
exactly. But first, I want to get to know you. So, what do you do?
Right now, I'm mainly playing a couple bands. One of them's the Sweet Talkers. They are a synth alternative.
Cool.
Very similar to the Killers or New Order or Joy Division, so that kind of stuff. It's been really fun. I've been playing with them a couple months now, and we're working on recordings and stuff like that. And then actually play for drums for Kat Locke. She's a solo artist. She used to be the singer for Saint Basic, and they kind of went on hiatus, and so she started her own project, and she asked me and my roommate, he's a buddy from high school, to play bass for her.
Cool.
And then working the normal, boring day job. But yeah, other than that, I mean, just kind of finishing up my last couple classes.
Yeah.
Should graduate next spring. And then
Awesome.
who knows what?
Yeah. So what is your primary instrument?
Drums. And probably really my only instrument. I took a little bit of bass lessons, so I can, like, if you were desperate and you had gone through about 15 people and I was the only one left, I could do it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'd like to learn more about bass and get back into it. I just don't really have time for it anymore.
Right. Well, I mean, bass and drums are kind of two sides of a similar coin.
Yes. Yeah, it was definitely easier kind of going into learning the bass because, it's very much rhythm based, but it does have a whole other aspect to it, obviously, because now you got to worry about notes.
Yeah.
And before I was just like, I don't care. Like, I just, hit a bunch of circles and
Yes.
it works. So.
When did you start playing drums?
So I started the summer between my junior and senior year of high school. That was really the first time I'd ever really interacted with it. Growing up, I was a sports kid. So, that took up pretty much all my time.
Yeah.
Just going back and forth, jumping from one to the next, summer leagues, all that kind of stuff. I tried to do guitar one summer back in grade school. Didn't work out very well. I still have that guitar. Costs like $50.
Like a first act thing or whatever.
It's from some, it's from a company that you will legit have never heard of.
Right.
And they probably put out like 100 guitars and went under. And then in first grade, I did like the typical piano and violin lessons.
Okay.
Which I actually nowadays I wish I would have
continued.
Yeah. Maybe not. Piano would have been really nice, but honestly, violin is something that I have thought really hard about trying to get back into because, I don't know, even though I've been played mostly in rock bands and I really like rock music, I also really like pretty music. So,
violin's a beautiful instrument.
Oh man. And you can even use it in rock music. Yellow Card.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a lead violin, so it was great. But But yeah, so I started, and the reason I started is the buddy from high school I was talking about. He played bass, and we were going to this youth group at their church, and the youth pastor, he played guitar. They had a couple people that could sing, but they didn't have anybody play drums, and they just a drum kit sitting back there. So I forget why we were there, but we were either there early or late. And I was like, hey, like, can I mess around with that? And he's like, sure. So started doing that, and then we started playing for the youth group services, and then every once in a while we would go in and play for like the main church, and then eventually I was playing for the main church, and from there I got into college, and there was a BCM on campus at the college I went to before I came up here. And I got in with them and started playing with them. And then, yeah, found about ACM and moved up here and started joining, I guess, real bands.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so it's been about 6 years. It's been a lot of fun. Gotten a lot better. Haven't gotten good enough yet, though. So,
so you're kind of more a drummer out of necessity, but like, what made you go like, ooh, out of all of these things, I really want to hit stuff?
Probably because it was easy. I know some people can, they just like pick up an instrument and to them it feels right. Yeah. And I feel like that was the way it was with me. I mean, in hindsight, looking back, I mean, I always had not like necessarily nervous tics, but like I was always kind of, in motion, whether it's like, leg bouncing or like table tapping or something like that. So it's one of those things where you look at it like, oh, it makes sense now. You're supposed to, hit things. It's just so much fun to play. Yeah. Yeah. Like it's the best instrument there is. Fight me.
Well, actually, I kind of agree with you. I think I should have been a drummer, but like it like got away from me and I never got the chance. But no, I totally get the tapping, the fidgetiness. So what made you decide to go to school for music? And you had said that you went to a different school. So.
Yeah. So I went to Southeastern Oklahoma State University for 2 years, just because that was the town that I graduated from. So it was there. And I had no idea what I wanted to do. For a while, I went for the first 2 years, I was going for occupational safety and health. So basically, that's just, like on a construction site or something, you're the safety inspector. So you go through and make sure everybody's, wearing their hard hats, everybody's tied off and secured and everything like that. Makes really good money, obviously. So the logic kind of behind was it was like, my drums cost several thousands of dollars. This is going to help pay me to fund that. So this would be a good career choice to go into. Super boring. Yeah. And I couldn't get into it. And then the same buddy from high school that plays bass, he was going to OU at the time, and somebody had told him about ACM. And so I told my parents about it, and we came up and, we visited, we toured and stuff like that. And at first they were like, any parent that's like, well, going to school for music, like that's not going to put you anywhere in life. Cause most of the time they're not wrong. But after coming up and visiting and hearing about it, they were a little more convinced. And I'd kind of made a deal with them that if I came up here for a couple of years and did this and it didn't look like anything was working out, that I would go back and finish the safety. Hopefully, I don't know if they'll ever hear this, but I really don't ever want to do that. Which I think they kind of know now because I'm already getting a bachelor's in something else. So, but yeah, so I heard about it. And so the semester before I came up here, I just went to school part-time. I moved back in with my parents to help save money. And then that next year was my first semester here. Moved up to Oklahoma City, and yeah.
So it seems like, and it's kind of a difficult thing, but it seems like there's a separation between, oh, here's the music thing, but then I got to deal with like the job thing. And so at what point does it, or at what point can it merge and be like, no, music is now my life?
Well, I mean, obviously, you know, the Sweet Talkers that I'm in right now, we have a lot of, better than any band that I've been in previously. We have a much better like focus on making it into a business. Like we have goals that we're trying to meet for, I mean, and just like the ambition, and I mean, I think the talent is there enough that we could, you know, have some remote amount of, or fair amount of success in it. But I mean, if for any reason, you know, that doesn't work out, more and more lately, I've gotten this urge to start my own venue. And so I've gotten, over time, I've talked to a bunch of people who've been interested in it. And again, bringing back, probably talk about him a lot, but my buddy from high school, he works as a chef, and a couple of his coworkers want to do their own thing as well. So we've talked about the idea of opening up our own restaurant venue. And trying to really focus on making an all ages venue, because that is very much lacking here in the metro area. And right now, I think we're kind of hoping to try to do Norman, just because that's where we all live right now. But I mean, you know, you have Campus Corner with all the bars, and there's a Main Street that has a couple bars on there too. But I mean, you've got the entire OU campus of 18, 19, 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
That, you know, I mean, some of them probably have fakes, but that's an entire, I mean, that's a massive market, especially because freshmen have to live on campus. And I mean, there's just nothing being catered to them. So, and I mean, even, not that I necessarily want a bunch of high schoolers running around, but I mean, even high schoolers, like, and so I feel like I know enough people in the music industry that we could really get something cool going and have a venue that like bands are excited to play and like are happy to be a part of and help build, because they can see that it's building a community. So, but God knows when that'll happen.
But I mean, I think that since you have this community through ACM, through Norman and stuff, I feel like, a lot of people are really wanting that, because as we were just kind of talking about, like it's annoying to have to like bug a venue and be like, hey, I'm trying to play my music here, and then they just never get back to you. So who were some artists that you were listening to around the time that you started, and then who are you listening to now that inspire you to be a better drummer?
So I guess I'll start off. So my biggest drummer role model, the one that I've pretty much modeled, I think, much of my style after, is Ronnie Vannucci of The Killers. The man's nuts if you watch him live. And just trying to like, even just like listening to stuff on the record, sometimes it gets lost, but I mean, the dude's insane. I saw him a couple years ago in Dallas, and my favorite memory is, so his cymbals that he uses, he has, all of his crashes are 22 inches, and then he has a 24-inch K-Lite ride. And I mean, just the whole show, these massive cymbals are just like swaying the entire time. And it's beautiful. And so I'm not quite there. I've got a 22-inch ride and a 20-inch crash. And then his hi-hats are like 18 inches or something. It's absurd, but I love it. And actually another one that I've at least like really come to understand and kind of respect more is actually the drummer for Kings of Leon. Um, it's not Nathan. Nathan's the singer. Or no, it is Nathan. Yeah, Caleb's the singer. But his style, which I kind of link to, is very closer to like the Ringo effect, where it's much more simplistic, but that's what the music demands, is a more simplistic style. I mean, as much as I'd like to be Travis Barker, I just, you listen to a song sometimes and you're just like, there's a couple times I'll go to local shows and our Hiller drummer and they'll do a fill like every 16 measures.
Right.
And I'm just like, or not even that, like every 8. And I'm just like, oh, you're just killing the song right now, man. Like, you're so distracting because you want to look cool that you're just ruining the music. And it sucks. But as far as bands that I listen to, I was really big into the Foo Fighters, obviously the Killers. I
mean, you're wearing a Foo Fighters shirt right now. So.
I am. And again, Kings of Leon. Trying to think of who else. Yellow Card. I was really big into them. Coldplay enough. I have some pretty good respect for Coldplay. Again, I like pretty songs.
Yeah.
As much as I like, rock songs. So they've got some solid pretty songs.
Yeah.
And then now I've gotten into, like, I don't know if you know Churches, Broods, Purity Ring, Lights. I'm a big fan of Lights. They're all like female-led electronic groups.
Cool.
Which I kind of have a soft spot I've discovered. And then who else? Well, and then a lot of local music, honestly. Like ACM alums Space Release are one of my favorite local acts, and just music in general. Like, I get their songs stuck in my head all the time. So yeah, I feel like the only things that I've ever really not enjoyed is most country, at least modern country. I mean, I grew up on country, obviously, with my parents listening to it, and so I in turn had to listen to it. So I can, 90s, early 2000s, I can sing about any country song. And most rap, there is some that I'll listen to and I'll still, like, some songs I'll still listen to and enjoy. Like Kid Cudi's Man on the Moon. I loved that album. And then some of Eminem stuff, obviously, I'll listen to. And every once in a while, some other songs will come in. But in general, I don't know. I don't necessarily like the message that rap gives off. And again, I mean, not that there aren't some, but like I like pretty songs.
Yeah. What are some musical hurdles that you've kind of faced over time? Like, I really want to be able to get this technique down. And so what's something that you've gotten down, and what's something that you're working on?
So I've always I've been kind of bad about practicing by myself, just because time is always an issue. Also, I don't necessarily know what I need to do to practice, so I would need to go, do the research to know what I need to do and then go do it. Which I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little lazy. But there's been a couple times, even here at ACM, where we'd be like in the bands, we'd have a song that we would need to do, and I mean, I'd listen to it for like half an hour, and I'm just like, I have no idea what this guy's doing. Like, I for the life of me, I can't figure it out, and so I'd have to take it to one of the drum instructors here, and he'd just like, oh yeah, it's this, and he'd show me in 2 seconds, and I'd be like, oh, okay, that's easy, and then I'd be able to go from there. So I think just because I've never had like real training in drums, it's almost all been self-taught except for, the couple lessons that we had here.
Sure.
So I think there's just the biggest hurdle, I think, is that there's just so much that I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just kind of BSing my way through. And so far it's worked. But I mean, I'd definitely like to try to get into lessons. I've been looking around to try to see if somebody can teach me, because I just know in general, like, even if my band does take off and we start, like, on a personal level, I just need to get better.
Mm. Yeah. And then we kind of talked about it a little bit, but like, what do you feel is the role of the drummer?
Well, I think it 100% depends on the music.
Mm-hmm.
So, in Blink-182, you had a 3-piece, so there's a lot of room. I mean, it's a punk, pop punk rock band.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just all about the energy and behind it. And so Travis Barker fits perfect for that. Mm-hmm. And so, because I mean, he's just nuts and all over the place, and it works great. What we brought back up, like Ringo Starr, like when you're in a band with, Paul, mm-hmm. George, and John, like somebody has to be the worst person in the band. Like, not that, Ringo's bad, but like you have 3 like legendary talents. Like, I mean, and the thing is, I think he was totally fine with it too. Like, he was more than fine to just sit in the back and, happily lay down some, basic beats. And I mean, I think it's great, and I love it. Again, bringing up the Kings of Leon guy, like kind of a similar situation where the role of the drummer is to almost even set the tone for the music, I think, mm-hmm. because, obviously, like when you're playing live, like you're keeping time. So that's a big thing that mm-hmm. affects the tone of the music. But I mean, your dynamics affect the tone of the music mm-hmm. probably more than anybody else.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you have more simple beats, then you're leaving air for everybody else to breathe mm-hmm. and to be able to do their stuff. And obviously, if you're just doing more complex stuff, again, depending on your type of music, you're going to muddy the water some. And mm-hmm. again, maybe it needs it, maybe it doesn't. But I don't know. I'm biased, obviously, but I feel like the drummer's extremely important, maybe more so than others. But
and kind of thinking of some of the artists that you've been mentioning, it seems like, to make this broad statement, it seems like rock is mostly gone. Like, the heyday of these legendary rock bands is kind of gone away. Is rock dead?
I mean, I definitely don't think so. I mean, I think it's from the mainstream, but I mean, nobody likes the mainstream. I mean, I didn't get a chance to go see them, which I really wish I did, but Arctic Monkeys just played at the Criterion. I mean, they're great.
Yeah.
Although I don't know if I was super a fan of their newest album, but I mean, all like their last couple before that, because I think their newest one, if I remember it correctly, it was much more mellow.
I need to listen to that.
Okay. Because I think I listened to it once, and again, it wasn't like a thorough, like sit down, listen to. I just had it playing like in the background when I was doing something. And I kind of was like, wait, is this a different song? I feel like it kind of sounds like the same as the one before. But hey, they're nationally or probably worldwide touring. So what do I know? But no, I definitely don't think like rock music is dead by any means. I think I think it is more here in Oklahoma City. At least like that Foo Fighters type of rock, because we've got a big metal scene here.
Yeah.
And then there's like the more indie alternative in Norman and stuff around, but. Because before the Sweet Talkers, I was in a rock band, Pluto Rest in Peace, and we never found like super great success just because it didn't seem like the music that we were playing was really what people were wanting in this area.
Yeah.
We were, and we could get away with playing with, both sides, but we were too hard rock for most of the like indie fans, and then like not hard enough for like the metal side.
Right.
So I think that's really just an Oklahoma City thing. I'm sure there's plenty of other cities where we would thrive really well, but just happened to be where we were at.
Yeah. Well, it's something else that I wanted to ask about is like, what is it like trying to be a rock band in, not that Oklahoma doesn't have a music scene, but it's definitely not known for its music scene.
Right. It's really not, that bad. It was so far, I think it was worse with Pluto. Again, just because I don't think our type of music was what people were wanting. It's been easier with the Sweet Talkers. There seems to be a lot more appeal, I guess, to more people.
Yeah.
So getting shows and playing with other people have been a lot easier. And actually making money off of shows. But I mean, in general, I think one of the biggest hurdles is there's not necessarily that culture of, hey, you need to pay to hear live music.
Yeah.
And I think it's getting a lot better slowly, but people just, I don't know, they just, I'll just listen to Spotify. And you're like,
Right.
yeah, but like, that's great and all, but how about you listen live and come have fun and, have a couple drinks and a good time.
Yeah.
So, but I think we're getting there. I just hope it's not another 5 years before we get there.
And I mean, yeah, so how do we freaking make money off of this?
It's a good question. I think it's just kind of obviously, the music has to be good. And if we can just kind of, and this is what I've kind of wanted to do with my my venue idea, was really just make like a focal center of the music movement, and just be like, all right, like, if you want to go here, the best that the Oklahoma City metro area has to offer, like, this is where you want to go. You're going to find a great band every night, or every night that there's music. And, there's going to be a bunch of people there for you to meet and have fun with. I think a problem that, again, most of the venues around are all bars. And a lot of them just don't offer anything besides alcohol. And I mean, you're like, well, what's the point of a bar? Yeah, but if I got 15 bars that are an option and there's nothing difference between them, or there's no difference between them besides they all, have liquor, then I mean, I just might as well like get a twister board and just like spin to see which one I'm going to go to, or
exactly.
I'll just go to the one that's closest to me. So I think a lot of the places here don't have enough character by themselves, because I feel like if you're going to go somewhere, like, the place you're going should be cool, whether or not like what events are going on. It should be a place that you want to enjoy to go to.
Yeah.
Like, so far my favorite venue to play and just kind of go to is the Deli in Norman. Almost, every time I've played, there's been, a good sized crowd. Drinks are pretty cheap there. And just in general, like, it doesn't ever feel as gross as some of the other bars.
Yeah.
Like, it's a dive bar, but it's a good dive bar. Like, I don't know how much you've been on Campus Corner, but there's Logie's. I mean, if you walk in there on the weekends, I mean, it's wall to wall. I mean, and there's they've got, like I think they have a DJ maybe, or they just like play music videos or something, and it's so loud and just obnoxious.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's all the frat boys and stuff there, so it's just a bad time. But the deli's definitely it's been my favorite place to play and just kind of go see musical acts so far.
Yeah.
But
last one on the music topic. What makes music important?
So as I've said before, I mean, I really like pretty songs, just because of the emotional impact that they bring. I think that any good music either invokes or encompasses some kind of emotional impact behind it. I mean, there's the thing that people talk about, like, if you're sad, when you're sad, you listen to sad songs and stuff like that. And I mean, it's just, there's, again, for there to be, I think, any value to it, it has to have some kind of emotional impact that it brings, which is another reason why I'm not a big fan of most rap, is because there's just no emotion behind that at all, besides like ego, I feel. And I mean, don't get me wrong, like there's definitely like plenty of stuff, but like the mainstream is obviously just like, hey, look at all the stuff I have.
Right.
So, but yeah, good music is something that, again, I think brings some kind of emotional impact with it.
Yeah. Switching gears, what is the role of spirituality or religion in your life?
So I grew up going to church in a Christian family. With my current work schedule, I don't ever get to go to church very much because I work on Sunday mornings now. And moving to Norman, I wasn't really new place, stuff like not work schedule. I didn't have any like groups to plug into or anything like that. So it's I don't really like that, but it has become a backseat kind of thing. And I know it needs to not necessarily be. So that's kind of on my to-do list of trying to get back on track with that. So I'm definitely not where I need to be. But as far as like what I, believe, like, again, I do believe like the Christian fundamentals about, God and Jesus Christ and stuff like that. And so, yeah. And again, I'm not where I know I should be, but I am trying to get things to go in the way that I can get back on track. So,
what is your definition of God?
So I mean the base, I mean, is just the higher being, the intelligent design creator of the universe. Going through, and I've they talk about, and me and my roommate were kind of having a discussion about this the other day. I mean, he also believes as well. But we were talking about how there's most people, whenever they're like, oh, you believe in God, and you're like, oh, like, so you just deny science, and you're like, well, no, not really. I mean, there's beliefs, you can still believe in God and believe science at the same time. Like there's definitely some people that don't get me wrong.
Right.
But like, it's like believing that, beings adapt to their environments. To deny that is just foolish. I mean, you spend a summer in Florida on the beach, your skin's going to get darker. Like, that's adaptation. Like, so, again, and there's nothing that the Bible says, like, no, like, things don't adapt. So, again, it's just, but at the end of the day, like, I see the complexity of life and the processes behind it. And to me, the answer is somebody had to have planned it. So, and I will never, in my feeble human brain, have any understanding of, or comprehension of this being or their thought process or anything like that. But, I'm okay with that. So,
do you believe in free will?
Yeah. I think so. There's obviously lots of different groups under it's not really Christian, but like that umbrella that believes at least in God and Jesus. And I forget what they're called, but there's a group that believes in predestination.
Calvinists.
So, yes. So like doesn't matter, like everything's already been written in stone, like who's going, like what's happening and stuff like that. So I believe that to a degree because for God to be God, he has to basically exist outside of space, time, and matter. And so if he is above all of that, because again, he would have had to create these things. So time has no meaning. So he both exists now and in the future as well as in the past. So, in a sense, like, yes, he does already know what's going to happen, but we still are making those choices to get there.
Sure.
So it's almost like the time travel paradoxes where, if time travel was invented, somebody probably would have come back by now to let us know. And since nobody's come back yet, it's probably not invented because at some point time travel becomes a thing. So that means time travel exists at all points. So it gets confusing fast, but it's fun to,
or they're good at hiding it.
Yeah, that's very true.
So given all of the Christian fundamentals, what is good behavior? This is a question I ask everyone. It's just like, what is good?
So it's kind of, I don't know. I mean, that's obviously a big question to unpack. If you want to get really down into things,
yes.
What is good from a human perspective? Nothing. So the core of Christianity, and which none that I've heard of, pretty much sets it apart from any other religion that exists. Maybe besides, well, even Judaism is still kind of along the lines, is that there is nothing you do in your life, whether it be good or bad, determine or affects your fate. So, you can be the best person that's ever existed, but it doesn't matter because you've still done evil. And that's the biggest part about Christianity is like a huge misconception is that if you do good things, you go to heaven. If you do bad things, you go to hell. That's not true. Basically everybody, no matter who they are, is already on that path to hell. Like because for God to be God, he has to be a perfect being. Imperfection cannot exist in his presence. And so, if you cheated on a math test, and I know people are like, well, that's not really hell worthy, but it's not that sent you to hell. It's that humanity is technically already on that path. Like that is where we are going, unless, again, and this is where Christ comes in, is that he came down to take our place and die and pay for our sins and stuff like that. So only when we recognize that there is not a single thing that we can do ourselves to save ourselves, that when we go through, and that's when they talk about like asking for forgiveness for sins and stuff like that. And so that it's that point where, again, you realize, like, I cannot do this. Like, Jesus alone, you can do this. I need you to help me. I need you to save me because and that's when, I don't know how familiar you are with like the church lingo, but that's when people talking about like surrendering their lives. It's like I just like, it's in your hands. Like I can't do this by myself. I need you to save me. So, and I think that is a very focal, major point of Christianity that is either just not known about for most people that haven't grown up. Even people in the church, man, don't know it. It's pretty crazy. So,
so given that, what should we do in the world?
I mean, from the actual Christian standpoint, I mean, we're instructed to I mean, there's obviously a lot of not rules, but like they're saying like, okay, so how do you live once you've surrendered? How do you live in what's the right word for it? Or I guess how do you live a life that positively reflects Christ? I guess.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, one of the biggest things that people like to talk about is, love your neighbor, obviously. And so, through I guess like the Christian goal through like missionaries and even just like daily things is to try to show the love of Christ who came down to save them from certain peril and suffering, and share that love with other people and telling their story and stuff like that. So, I mean, that's far. I mean, again, as far as if you want to pull religion out of it, I mean, it's kind of funny because I mean, even again, I hear a lot of people, have a lot of things to say about Christianity, and a lot of them aren't necessarily positive,
right?
And I can't necessarily blame them because there's a lot of people that walk around saying like, about Christianity, and they definitely do not show that kind of love of Christ. But I kind of lost my thought.
Zooming out from religion.
Yeah. There's just like in general, there's just like good principles to live by. I mean, even like part of the 10 Commandments, like, yes, a lot of them were about, God, but I mean, again, a lot of them are just like, hey, don't steal from people.
Yeah.
Don't murder other people. Like that's not okay. Again, love your neighbor. And stuff like that. So, I mean, I think if you just, and I've worked in customer service for a long time, so I've dealt with a lot of people and stuff like that. I mean, it's just like, if you just treat each person that comes in as just an individual and just treat them with as much respect as you can until they go and do something that would make them lose respect. I mean, you still obviously try to be as respectful as you can, but there comes a time where some people are just, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say evil, but like they're just not very good people. And so you just kind of gotta I'm gonna do my best, but there's only so much I can do. Like if your heart's set a certain way, there's nothing I'm not the one that's gonna be able to change it. So.
Then, oh no, that's pretty good. What's something about you that people don't know about?
Well, I don't know if it's necessarily people don't know, but it's not. I don't know if it's something a whole lot of people know. I mean, I'm very much a huge nerd. I mean, you probably know. I mean, I have like 20 Star Wars shirts that I'll wear on the regular. That's pretty much all my wardrobe is Star Wars and then band shirts. But in the past like 6 months to a year, I've also gotten really into anime. And so those have been really fun. There's a lot of really good ones out there right now. Like Attack on Titan. That's a big one that I'm into now. There's a bunch of other series I've watched. I'm watching My Hero Academia right now. I watched Assassination Classroom. What else have I watched? Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. That was really good. There's a couple others, but yeah, in general, I'm just a huge nerd. So,
where are you on The Last Jedi?
So my love of Star Wars is so much that anything Star Wars I will take a part of.
Sure.
Excuse me. So I have a lot of issues with The Last Jedi, mainly because I read the extended universe books. I mean, almost all of them. I've got like 50 of them in my house. And the decisions to do what they did with Luke Skywalker, I was very much not a fan of. Because I felt like it just kind of demeaned his entire character from the other films. And not that he hadn't, like, in the books he didn't struggle. Like in the books he went to the dark side too. Like he became there's a whole line of where Palpatine, a clone of Palpatine, actually comes back and Luke becomes his servant. And so Luke is definitely not perfect, but over the course he does become that, air quotes, perfect Jedi in the sense of like, yes, like this is the man that, you know, you should aspire to be, like, who does his best to go out and right wrongs and
not kill teenage children.
Yeah. And again, I mean, I see what they were trying to go for, to show like he basically that same moment in Return of the Jedi when Vader threatens Leia and he, like, they tried to like see like he's still, like, you know, human, like he still has flaws. However, I kind of disagree with a little bit of, because when Vader threatens Leia in Return of the Jedi, yes, he gets angry, but I feel like it's more of a righteous anger. I mean, if somebody threatens your sibling or your family member, like,
right,
and you come to their defense, like, I feel like that's more of a righteous anger. Granted, I mean, he got a little bit carried away with bashing Vader on the ground and then slicing his mechanical arm off. But anyway, either way, like it showed that, like, yeah, like he wasn't perfect and stuff like that. And again, there was a lot, like the whole plot just seemed weak. There was a lot of just like inconsistencies from the books, or that was like stuff. And again, obviously Disney threw the books out, but there's a lot of things that were like established as far as like hyperspace and how that worked. Yeah. That I was just like, ugh. Like, you know, whenever they jump to hyperspace to leave the planet and they like come out of real space or come back to real space, all of a sudden, like, the new or the First Order is in front of them. And I'm just like, that is physically impossible. Like, there's like, I mean, how? Just how? And that quickly too. And then there's the tracing through hyperspace, which I don't think there was really ever. I'm trying to remember if in the books there was ever like a situation where that, like, they definitely had trackers and stuff like that. Where basically, I think the way it worked though is that, like, you still couldn't do it while in hyperspace, but whenever you came out of it, it would basically send a ping out. So like, you know, like you're basically invisible and then you come out and it sends out a sonar ping, and that's when they're like, oh, there they are. And then they can just jump to you. But you could still like space still had hyperspace lanes. Like it was still like a highway system. So you could like, you could say like, all right, so they left here in this direction. So there's only like so many areas that they can go to along this straight hyperspace path.
Yeah.
And you could sometimes like judge from there, like where they may go or stuff like that. But it definitely made it a lot more difficult.
I feel like the science of Star Wars is difficult to get behind in the first place, and that's a lot harder to.
Yeah, definitely in the movies they've bent it. In The Force Awakens, there was one scene when they're going to Star Killer base in the Falcon, and they like drop out of hyperspace like 100 yards from the ground.
Yeah.
So in the books, that would basically be impossible because the way like hyperspace and stuff works is there's gravity wells around planets and stuff like that.
So you have to come out of it far enough away.
Or the gravity well will pull you out of it. Because like once you hit that gravity,
okay.
Yeah, then it will yank you from hyperspace. And so there's no way that they would have been able to get that close to the planet. That's why they actually built these ships, the Empire did, that projected artificial gravity wells. And so there's a lot of instances in the books. So you could like
around them.
Yeah. So you could either like if you had like an informant or something that told you like, hey, they're going to be coming on this hyperspace route, you could set up your fleet there, and as soon as like they start getting close, you flip on the wells and their entire fleet drops out of hyperspace. Yeah. Totally like ambushed. Or you can, if you like know you have a superior fleet, you could turn those on and then they can't escape. So it's really cool. I mean, there's, again, when you get into the books, it's just, there's so much more thought and strategy and science behind it, which I really wish that they, like, I just want to see in this next one just the most massive space battle they can with just, talking about like all the ship movements and all that like that's what I want to see. But I doubt that'll happen because, gotta show Luke drinking some
weird
green milk.
Yep. 2 more questions. What makes you happy?
I mean, music and playing, obviously. Memes are great.
Memes are great.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just always happy to go up and play music. And I mean, I watch videos and stuff and movies and stuff like that make me laugh, and obviously entertainment, stuff like that. But yeah, I think, and just being around friends and doing stuff, and yeah, so
great. And then the last one, cake or pie?
So it depends on the pie. I'm not a big pie person. There are a couple that I do like. So if it was like any pie I could choose and any cake I could choose, probably pie. But if it was like this specific pie against this specific cake, more times I'd probably pick cake.
Okay.
So
mostly cake, but kind of pie.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
but cool. Ice cream over everything.
Oh yeah. All right. But then you get like ice cream cake or like frozen pies.
That's
and
true.
That's true. Blurring the lines. I've gotten into deep stuff about that. Anyways, Dakota, thank you for doing this with me.
Yeah, no, it was fun.
Plug your stuff. Where can we find you and your things?
So, Sweet Talkers Music, Instagram, I think they have Facebook too. It's not used quite as much, but definitely do it on Instagram. You can find a couple demos that they have, or we have, at sweettalkersmusic.com. Again, I play for Catlock. I think hers is at Catlock7. She's got an EP release show coming out on the 20th at the Speakeasy, I believe.
Cool.
The next Sweet Talker show should be the 28th at the Resonator in Norman.
Cool.
So come out. It'll be spooky. And me, I'm on Instagram as well at fake Dakota Green. I don't really post a whole lot besides like show posters, so I won't feel bad if nobody follows me. I understand. But yeah. I guess you can also, if you want, go listen to my other band, Pluto Rest in Peace. We've got 3 songs and a cover on Spotify. So if you want to do that, and if you want to follow it, you can too, at Pluto Rip Band. But not much is going on there right now. But
Rip,
yeah,
Pluto Rip,
fitting.
Again, thank you for doing this with me. I'm Santiago Ramones.
I'm Dakota Green.
You can find everything that I do on my website, santiagoramones.com. I make music. You can download or pay for my demo. It's free, or however many monies you want to pay for that. That's Songs with Words demo. And there's also my podcast, which you are listening to right now, which you can find on Apple Podcasts, on YouTube, or on Stitcher. I need to get back to bugging Spotify about being on Spotify, but I think they're just doing like the big podcasts that are on.
Well, I think they're in that beta or something to do like anybody can post anything.
Yeah, no, it's not quite there yet.
Yeah. Hopefully soon.
Yeah. But yes, leave reviews or comments, and let me know what y'all think about the podcast. I always end my podcast with my 3 things. They shape my life philosophy. Those 3 things are: love never fails, it's going to be okay, I might be wrong.